Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, a mother, a wife, and I'm here to help you live your best life in 2020. I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. And for those of you who have Roku and Amazon Fire TV, you can catch us there as well, and YouTube as well. So, want to give a shout out to all my advertising sponsors. And there is a flyer that has all their information in reference to their contact information, should you need to reach out to any of them. So we're just going to start off with our Sherry Simpson, who's our intuitive business guide. Then we have Susan Joy Mitchell. She's a nurse educator, author of two amazing books, which is one is Visions and also Lucky Starfish. Both books are available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. Then we have Gail Nicholson, our resilience coach and metaphysical practitioner. Moving on to our next one, which is Viviana Sun. She's a subconscious mind specialist, intuitive, and loves to help people unplug from the metrics. Gabriella, I'm going to leave it at that because I always screw up her last name. She's a medical intuitive and the CEO of the founder at Alive Health Solution. Last but not least, we have Linda Boney. She's our feng shui consultant and feng shui inspirations. So again, all of our advertising sponsors' contact information is on that flyer. Feel free to go and check them out should they resonate with you. And also like to give a big shout out to who makes this possible, Bobby from behind the scenes. So thank you to him. And let's set the stage. Let's set the energy for this week's show in regards to our lovely chakra balance, numerology, cosmic energy forecast deck, forecast readings that we have going on, which I am the creator of. But before we get into that amazing energy, I'd like to just let you know that we are moving into new moon energy as of tomorrow, July 20th. And what does new moon energy actually mean? Well, it's a time to set our new intentions, our new energy that's coming in. And this energy, the new moon, is actually in Cancer, which the sun is also in at the same time. So there's a lot of energy flowing around Cancer, which is fourth house energy. It's all about the family, the relationship, nurturing yourself, and even the relationship you have with your mom. And how does the mother come out in you as well? So that's where the moon is actually right now and tomorrow in the new moon. So I invite you to put pen to paper. Write down what your intentions are going forward over the next 28 days and put action to those intentions so you can manifest. Because without action to an intention, they don't really go anywhere. So you need to raise the vibration so you can be in the vibration and the frequency of matching what it is that you want to create into your life. And that's all about new moon energy for tomorrow. Also, we have a lot going on with our retrograde still, because we still have 5 planets in retrograde. Please go back and watch many of the shows where I speak about the retrogrades, because those retrogrades are there to help us reevaluate, reset, and rejuvenate our energy, so to speak. So let's see, what do we need to hear for today regarding our chakras and affirmation, and also a number with a hidden message. I invite you to place your feet on the floor while we have this forecast going on, and perhaps you may want to ask yourself a question and see what shows up as your answer. What do we need to hear for today? And it's so interesting because I was shuffling the cards earlier and this card flew out of the deck. So it's interesting on how this card is showing up today, right now. And the card is success. And when I think of success, I think of all the things that I have accomplished in my lifetime. Whether it be publishing a book, becoming the host of this show, having a successful business. Success does not always mean about the monetary process of it all, but if you want to measure your success based on that, that's a thing you can do as well. But I ask you, how is success showing up in your life, and where do you feel successful? Now, the chakra associated with this card is your solar plexus. The solar plexus is all about trusting that you're exactly where you need to be and trusting your intuition. So whatever it is you're looking to bring success to, wherever you really want to focus your energy on success, set that intention and know you're exactly where you need to be with it. And success When we think of success, it's also equals to the abundance that you're around when success shows up. Your number is 8. The 8 is all about the infinity, the balance, the harmony that success brings. And sometimes people get caught up with success where it could be a very negative energy for them, because maybe beliefs may have it where, well, when you're successful, you might become a little snooty, so to speak. So whatever success means for you, and if success does not resonate for you with a positive vibration, then use a different word, because we all definitely have success in our pathline. And to really embrace where you are successful, where are you shining your light, and where can you shine your light some more as you go forward. So that's our vibration for today, success. And for anyone who's interested in having their own personal reading, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com to receive a personal reading. I will be more than happy to get back to you with my rates and a specific time that works for you and I, so we can have that reading. And I do believe this is a perfect opportunity, a perfect time to want to have a cosmic energy soul reading, because so much is going on in our world right now, collectively and even personally. And as we do move into this new moon energy, and also as we're moving into Leo energy within the next give and take 3 days, there's going to be a shift in your energy as well. And I ask you, where does Leo sit in your chart? What house does Leo sit on? Because that's going to be the energy that's going to be your focus, so to speak. If you know anything about astrology, I highly recommend that you go and check out your astrology chart and see where Leo is sitting, because that, along with a reading, can help you navigate through this week and through the entire period of Leo energy. And for those of you who may not know, I also have what I call a cosmic energy navigation forecast report, which you can actually check out on my YouTube channel. Very long name, unless some of you help me get myself a free URL. All you gotta do is subscribe to it, which is Holistic Fitness Barry Cologne. And over there, you'll find my cosmic energy navigation forecast and also my cosmic energy astrological forecast, which will help you navigate through this week. So go check that out. And remember, when you do, just push that little button that says to subscribe and help me get my own URL. I'd appreciate that. With all that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to my guests. So we'll be right back.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at sherry@sherrysimpson.com, SHERRI @sherrysimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back. For those of you who are just joining, I'm your host, Joanne Barry Cologne, and I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. And those of you who have Roku or Amazon Fire TV, you can check us out there as well. But remember, stay here with me now, share, like, and comment. And for those of you who are just popping in, I always shuffle my cards. I don't know why. I've just lost my other card. The card for today, the highlight for today was all about success. Trusting you're exactly where you need to be, and honor and be grateful and have the gratitude of all that you've succeeded up until this point, because we all deserve to be successful. And whatever success may look like and feel like and show up for you, honor it. And if you have a bad taste of word to success for whatever you might might have heard from generations ago. Use a different word. If success doesn't flare with you, find another word that does. Abundance, accomplishments, whatever it is. But success is a very powerful word for today. And how does it show up? How are you showing up? That actually seems to be my theme word for the past week. How are you showing up in your life? And how are you presenting yourself and your purpose to the community, to the world? And how can you make yourself better? How can you be the best version of who you are? Is the real big question here. And when I think of the word success, I think of just all the different avenues in your life where you're successful, whether it's successful in your business, successful in your marriage, successful in your relationship, successful with your health, successful with just having a relationship with yourself. That itself is very successful. So yeah, so that's our word for today. Okay. All right. So just sending a quick message to my Bobby as he's listening. My guest is having an issue coming on for whatever the reasons are. I just got a message. So I don't know what needs to be done in the back scenes. But anyway, I'm just waiting for my guest to pop in. So when she does, I'll be really happy and excited to introduce you to her. As from what I understand about her, she's an author. And she has this amazing book that she's written based on some personal experiences that she's shared in her lifetime, and she's got a major mission to share here today. So I'm really excited to meet her when she shows up. But meanwhile, until she does, let's just talk about the new moon's energy, because I always love to talk about the moon, as I am, for those of you who may not be aware, who might be catching me for the very first time, I am a Cancer rising sign, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So anytime we have a full moon or new moon energy, I get really hyped up and excited about it. So I could talk about the moon probably for hours and hours and hours. And we have this amazing new moon energy coming in tomorrow on July 20th. And the new moon, for those who may not be aware, is all about setting new intentions. What is it you want to do going forward? New moon and full moon energy take place every 28 days. And in this period, we'll have 28 days before we have the next new moon. And this gives you the opportunity to really put pen to paper in regards to what it is you want to set your intentions based on the card we had on success. How would you like to see yourself moving into success over the next 28 days? And what does that look like for you? Rather than just keeping it up here in your mind, put it down on paper and create it. So with that being said, I'm really excited because my guest is just popping in here now. And I'm just going to give her just a few minutes just to get herself organized, where her mic's ready to go. Then I'm going to introduce you to my guest. So as I was saying, my guest is an author of an amazing book called I Am. And I happen to just have her first name because I can't pronounce the last name. I have a really challenging time pronouncing people's last names. So I'm going to pronounce the first name, and then I'm going to hand the mic over to her. So I'd like to welcome Amanda here today. Hello, Amanda. How are you?
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm very excited to having you here, and I'm so glad that we came to this agreement to have you here. So just let the viewers know your full name, since, as you heard, I'm not able to pronounce your last name.
My name is Amanda D. Janest.
There we go. Perfect. And you are the author to the book called I Am.
Yes, I am.
Yes. And I found it to be really amazing and intriguing for your book to be called I Am, because it's such a powerful affirmation that, for most part, anytime we are doing affirmations, that's what we start with, is I am.
That's correct.
Let's talk about how you came up with the title first, and then we're going to dive into what the book's about.
I came up with the title because I got to a point in life where I wanted to be accepted for who I am in regard to all that I've been through in life. Sometimes people look at you and they judge you by what they see. And it was important to me to let my children especially know that it's good to have pride in the person you are. So I decided to call the book I Am.
Awesome, awesome. And in regards to the book of I Am, what inspired you to write the book?
I was inspired by the fact that being a survivor of child molestation and child sexual abuse and a retired law enforcement officer who spent quite a few years dealing with victims, I was inspired to write it because I know by the importance of speaking about your experiences when it comes to being sexually abused.
Interesting, interesting. And you had said that you were also in the police force, and this is what you did on in your job, as you worked with, I guess we would call it, people who have been sexually abused.
Yes, I was a detective investigator with the Kings County District Attorney's Office, and I was there for 22 years. Out of that 22 years, 7 of those years, I worked with crimes against children.
Wow, wow. And now, trying to figure out the best way to ask this question, which one came first in regards to, well, obviously your experience as a child came first. Is that what led you to do what you do in the police force?
I would say no. My father was in law enforcement. I was always intrigued by working with the system, justice, and helping people. So that came later on. Actually, I didn't even realize how much it was helping me do the work that I was doing, being a victim myself in the past. It wasn't until quite a few years after I started working there, I realized that it helped me, being a victim helped me empathize more. And it taught me to be a better listener to the victims that I dealt with during my profession.
Interesting, interesting. And in regards to your experience for yourself, how is that for you in regards to like when working with the victims? Did that have any impact on you itself when working with the victims?
Not an impact to say that it took me back to the trauma. What it did do for me was help me get to a place of understanding. I feel a lot quicker than others would understand when they're hearing the victims tell the story. So it helped me to relate to their emotions as far as when they needed to tell exactly what happened. I felt that having that in common with them led me to speaking and listening in a way that I feel a victim would want someone to speak with them and to listen to them.
Which I'm guessing made it a lot easier as the victim to be able to open up and really share their experience.
Yes, especially when you say to them, you're not the only one that's been through something like this. But of course, at that moment, you don't want to give them your story. You just want to let them know that you have that understanding through experience, through experiencing it yourself.
Yes, yeah. So there's definitely a lot of compassion and listening that comes into play in regards when you are connecting with the victims. Yes. And being able to sit there and hear what they have to say, so they can recognize that they're actually in a platform and in a safe space where they can share what took place for them.
That is correct. And it's so important to let them know that they're not at fault.
Yes.
It's not their fault, and that we're there to help.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. What I'd like to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to speak on a little bit of like some of the signs that perhaps you can actually help parents to recognize that their child may be experiencing sexual assault and anything in the realms of. But before we take the commercial break, let the viewers know how they can reach you.
I can be reached through my website, which is www.i-am-anda.com, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, I-am-anda, and I'd be happy to get in touch with you.
Awesome. And there's a flyer with that information, so the guests, the viewers can definitely catch that there. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have more on this. We'll be right back.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at sherry@sherrysimpson.com, SHERRI @sherrysimpson, SIMPSON.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest here, Amanda, who is the author of I Am. And again, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. So we're going to dive right back in, as we were just discussing during the commercial break, in regards to having the opportunity where Amanda has the opportunity to have this platform to share the importance of being able to share a message for the victims and also the survivors who have overcome sexual assault or anything else in sexual violence, for that matter. So, Amanda, for you, how would you like to share for parents to get an understanding, or even the what's the word I'm looking for, the signs of whether or not their child may have experienced something, so they can be more helpful?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that when I was going through my experience, I didn't know it was something I should have told. So the importance of teaching your children body safety and paying attention to the people that you have around your children is very important. Some of the signs they can look for from the children are depression, not eating, grades dipping. If they usually have good grades and all of a sudden the grades are not that good anymore. If they weren't a bedwetter or had gotten past bedwetting and started wetting the bed again. If you see that they don't want to be around a particular person by themselves, you definitely want to pay attention to that and start having that conversation to invite your child to tell you when something is happening that makes them uncomfortable.
Now, would this be the same signs in regards to, like, for young children to maybe even teenagers or young adults, for that matter?
Well, unfortunately, child molestation and child sexual abuse can be done to a very young child. So you may want to pay attention to bruises in the genital area. As they get older, you want to pay attention to things they're saying. If a young child is talking about sexual things, inappropriate things for their age, you'd want to pay attention to that. Teenagers and so forth, it can push them to really go to themselves and not want to speak to people. So the different ages, you will see some different signs, but the main thing is to pay attention and have that conversation so that they know this exists and they can be comfortable speaking with you, and teach them who are responsible adults around them that they can go to also.
Nice, nice. And in regards to your book, do you have a copy of your book there so the viewers can actually see? Because I don't believe we have a copy where we can display.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I am.
Yes, that's a beautiful book.
Thank you.
Yes. And where can the viewers get your book? Where's it available?
You can visit my website, www.i-am-anda.com, and it'll lead you straight to the link to get it. It is also available at most bookstores nationwide.
Awesome.
Store.bookbaby.com has it. Amazon.com has it. And I think, I know it's going to help. I know it is.
Yes, yes. Well, I think anytime one is willing to bring the conversation to the table, where the victim or a survivor recognizes that they're not the only one that this has happened to, and that there's other people that has experienced this, it makes it a little easier to have that conversation and to be able to know that there is somebody that they can go to and say, well, this is what happened to me. Is this what you're talking about? And is this not the right thing? And it gives them that platform. So I do believe it's going to be very helpful.
Yes. Just to encourage talking about it starts the healing for the folks that weren't ready to talk about it, or are afraid, or just don't even know talking about it is therapeutic. And that's why I wrote my book, because it was very therapeutic for me to write it down on paper just to get it out. So I'm hoping that it helps others when they read the book and see my experiences and how it led to the journey that I've been traveling so far. I think that it's going to make a lot of people more comfortable to talk about it, and it'll help remove that blanket that the abusers hide under. They think because we're not talking about it, that it's okay for them to do it. I think it's going to help remove that blanket.
Yes, yes. And in regards to, obviously, you got a big message here in regards to, you have the book, The I Am, and your big mission in regards to really wanting to get the message out to people, to help people become more aware of the fact that speaking about it is the healing process behind it. What is your biggest message behind all of this? What is your biggest mission to what it is you really want to accomplish by sharing this with people?
I would like anyone who has survived child molestation and sexual abuse, or suffers any type of pain they've gone through within their lives, to understand that they're not alone, and they can live a very good life once they try to let themselves heal from the trauma they went through. Life can be so good. There's no need to hold it in. I'd also like parents to pay attention to some of the signs in the book, as far as not talking about these things with your children, as far as who the abuser can be. It can be anyone. So I'm really hoping that the book opens people's eyes in regard to the topic of child molestation, child sexual abuse, and breaks that taboo that we shouldn't be talking about it.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Because I think the key word here is keeping it silent is not going to help the healing process.
That's correct.
Yeah, and also keeping it silent. I believe that when one actually speaks about it, it's also their way of getting into that space where they allow themselves to let the person know that what they've done wasn't right, and that this person's on their way of healing.
Yes, and it's a form of self-acceptance.
Yes,
It helps you to accept that this is a part of you and it's not going anywhere.
yes, yes. And interesting enough, I usually mention this to many of my guests based on their healing journey, so to speak. And I don't think you're any different in regards to what your journey is based on what you experienced as a child. I've always believed that anything we've experienced as young children into our adult life, our past, whatever have us, is actually the gateway to where you were supposed to go in this lifetime for your journey and your mission. Do you believe that is so for you?
Yes, I absolutely do. I know that the terrible experience of being molested and sexually abused has caused a journey of confusion, frustration, and so many other things that could have been avoided had I not been through the sexual abuse experience. And where I am today, I know can be very helpful in helping others to understand some of the things they do or have done with in their journey after being a victim.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And now, in regards to your journey that you're on right now with your book and your mission that you're on in regards to like really spreading the word, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with this mission and this platform?
I see myself speaking and advocating more for children within the next 5 years in regard to child molestation and sexual abuse, and even survivors who are still healing, because the healing process takes a really long time. So
Yes, yes,
I'm hoping to put more work towards that.
exactly. And I would think the healing process is probably an ongoing journey.
It is. I've been asked if it's something that I will ever get over, if I believe the victims ever get over it. And I say, no, you learn to accept it. You learn to accept that it's a part of you. And each day you're as good as you will be that day.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, unfortunately, I did not have an opportunity to get your book. So, from what I remember, when I watched one of your other interviews, a lot of what's in your book is based on poetry.
Yes, the book is based on poetry that reflects the trauma and pain that I went through, and it also reflects my finding of faith. And with the poetry, it's coupled with narratives that can tell you in detail what actually happened in regard to the experiences I had.
Wow, wow. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to get one of those books. Sharon's going to send me one of those books so I too can get to read your book and get to experience the poetry and just allowing yourself to express and to be able to be in that space where you were able to actually write what you were feeling at the time when you went through what you went through. And then using this book to help others to heal. So that's a remarkable gift to have for one, and ability to have for two, where you were willing to share what you went through writing. So I thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if what I shared in my book can help one person, I would feel so rewarded.
Yes, and I'm sure it's probably going to help many more than one person. So yes, yes. So with that said, we're going to take another commercial break. Before we do, share your information to how they can reach you.
You can reach me by going on my website, www.i-am-anda.com, www.i-am-anda.com.
Awesome. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'd like to remind you to bring your pen and paper here, because hopefully Amanda's going to be able to provide you a few tips in regards to how you too can possibly write your own book based on your situations that you've experienced, and whatever other tips she may want to share with you. So we'll be right back.
Everyone, my name is Linda Boney. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
I'm Nick Rafter, native New Yorker and realtor. Looking for a new home or selling your current one is a stressful process. I'm here to make it a lot easier. I work with sellers, buyers, renters, and landlords in the 5 boroughs of New York City and in Nassau and Suffolk counties. My brokerage, Corcoran, offers state-of-the-art services to allow you to market your property to the greatest number of potential buyers or renters. And if you're the one moving, we have thousands of listings ready for you to check out. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 today, and let's talk about how to make your decision to move a lot less stressful.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my amazing guest and author, Amanda, the author of I Am. For those of you just joining in, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. And also want to let you know that Amanda has this amazing gift offer for each and every one of you. The first 3 people today, right now, live with us today, shares today's show, will receive a free copy of the book I Am. First 3 people must share live right now. So it's not about sharing later, sharing right now, the first 3 people. So what Amanda's going to be offering today, grab your pen and paper, she's going to offer how her poetry book had actually helped her to go through this healing process that she went through and is still going through based on her experience. So go ahead, Amanda, share that insight.
Yes, when writing and talking about what you've any traumatic thing you've experienced in life, it helps you to process. It's like saying it to yourself again. So each time I would write a poem and reflect back on the moment of what happened, it actually helped me process and learn to accept gradually what I had been through, and accepting the fact of being a victim at one point does not necessarily mean you're going to feel like a victim always. Again, the processing it and reading it and knowing that that was me helped me to get to the point to where I am today. So I would encourage anyone who has been a victim or is going through any sort of emotional distress, get a pen and paper, write things down so you can read it, so you can see it and read it and let it sink in so that you can learn to accept. It is also even good to, if you feel the need to, get help. Go to someone that specializes in what you're experiencing, and just sit and talk to someone, hear yourself say it and process it, and you'll be so much closer to healing.
That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. And I do believe that when one, even when one is just writing, just like the smallest things that causes them to feel a little sad or depressed is important. So when one is going to write about an experience they've had, it definitely is a process of healing, because then they actually they take it out. It's almost to the point where they get a chance to take it out of their mind, and they also
Yes.
get a chance to feel it in their heart so they can release it out.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. And this is what I am is about, releasing
Mhm.
and letting it go.
Yes. Now, just out of curiosity, in your book, is there a poem that might be short enough that you can read one poem to us?
Sure. Sure. Okay, I'm going to read Angels.
Of course you are. It's a beautiful title.
Thank you. It's pretty short, and I believe that the listeners and the viewers would know what I'm talking about here. Angels. There are angels all around us. Some covert, some you can spot right away. They are spread out, taking care of us all every day. Angels of specific support, angels of encouragement, angels with big broad shoulders to lean on, some to guide us if or when we go astray.
That is beautiful. That is
Thank you.
beautiful. Yes, and it is true. There are angels everywhere, everywhere.
Yes.
Yes, and as we were saying before in the previous segment, in regards to this experience that you had to endure in your childhood, even though yes, it was a horrific experience for you, but without that experience, you may not have the ability to do what you're doing today to help others go to where they need to go. So it's very powerful for you to have this experience and this opportunity to do what you are doing for so many. So again, thanking you for writing your book and sharing what you're sharing.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share it with so many of your viewers and your listeners. I
Yes.
just really feel it's so important to get the word out that we don't need to be silent. Silence is not going to help us heal.
Yes.
And you're not alone. Don't be ashamed to talk about it. All of us have been through some embarrassing moments in our lifetime, some sad moments, some rough moments. But the key is to talk about it so you can set yourself free.
That is so true. So true. And as I mentioned to you before during the commercial break, I usually like to offer my guests an inspirational reading to see what your sort of like your future has to offer you. And when I do this, I ask that you say your name 3 times out loud so I can come into your energy for one. And for two, is there a specific question you would like guidance on, or would you like just to see what your higher power has in store for you?
I would just like to see what my higher power has in store for me.
Awesome. So when you're ready, just to pronounce your full name 3 times out loud.
Amanda D. Genest. Amanda D. Genest. Amanda D. Genest.
All right. So let's see what your higher power has in store, where your future is going. It's the card we have here is clarity. Clarity. And when I hear the word clarity, what I'm hearing is, well, to start off with, your biggest mission here today is to be able to help others have a voice and to be able to say what they need to say so they can heal their process. And in regards to all that you've experienced, you've gained so much clarity from your own experience.
Yes,
and you've done that based on the poem you just shared with us through the angels, through the guidance of so many angels around you. And also for the viewers hearing the word clarity, clarity also comes when we have an opportunity to sit quietly and indulge in our specific creative gifts, such as the writing, because our writing provides a lot of clarity to answers that we may not be 100% sure if that's the answer. So the clarity is definitely a key word for you in regards to you're definitely on the right path, doing what it is you're looking to do to get your message out there to the world. Right. And in regards to the chakra view, which is all about the heart center, and the viewers, myself, anybody else who's watching this can definitely know that this is definitely coming from your heart. You're looking to really help others on a real heartfelt space, to helping others to heal on a deeper level, and sharing your journey, your story with your book and through your words. And your number here is 2 and 9. So the 2 energy is all about the work that you were doing here in this lifetime and what you experienced as a child has definitely led you to your path. And the 9 energy is all about the transformation you have undergone in the process of what you experienced as a child through your writing and where you're moving into in this journey of your mission. So there's a major transformation going on. Also, when you think of that 2 and 9, in numerology, every number gets broken down to a single digit. So here we have an 11 energy. So the work that you are doing is serving your higher self, which is the 11 energy is about the master energy, the master work that you are here to be doing, and living in your purpose. And that's exactly what you're doing. Also, what I'm getting from this card is that there's a lot of travel in your journey coming forward. There's a lot of travel, meaning when I say travel, meaning that you're going to be traveling to different places to actually speak about what it is you are doing. So this is not a matter of just being in one space. You're going to be traveling. And I'm hoping that that's something that you're looking to do, is where you want to travel to share your message to, whether it's to schools or big audiences that you're going to be traveling to sharing this message.
Yeah.
So does that resonate with you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It certainly does. I am looking forward to it. I said, God put me on this journey and I am going where it takes me.
Exactly. And you're definitely following your purpose, following your mission. In regards to being here today, were you able to really get your mission out there? Do you feel like you've shared your mission? Is there something more you want to share with the viewers?
Only to reiterate that they're not alone, and the taboo needs to be broken. The thought that this is something that shouldn't be spoken about.
Yes, awesome. And again, I just really appreciate and thank you 100 times over for the work that you are doing, the book you've written, and for being as brave as you were to write your book, and being even braver to express it and share, and letting so many people know it's okay to speak about it. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me, Joanne. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Once again, just let the viewers know how they can reach you before we take our final commercial break with you.
You can reach me at www.i-am-anda.com or on my Facebook page, Facebook page, I-am-anda, and I will reply to your messages. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have the conclusion of today's show. We'll be right back. Has your gym recently reopened and you're a high-risk client and not sure if you're ready to go back? I can help. I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader. And I help clients like yourself release issues from their tissues. To redeem your 30-minute discovery session, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to working with you. Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I'm hoping that you had a chance to catch our show today. And if you didn't, feel free to go back and watch the replay on YouTube channel, or even catch us on Roku and also Amazon Fire TV. With all that being said, I'd like to remind you that today is Sunday, so you can join me this evening on my Facebook page on Jab Barry for our free Sunday Cosmic Energy readings. I go on at 8 p.m. or as close to 8 p.m. as I can, Eastern Time. Everyone gets a free reading. We do a lot of fun on that show, on that time slot, so come join me there. And anyone who's interested in having your own personal Cosmic Energy soul reading, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And anyone who's interested in sharing their story and being a guest, feel free to send your bio and what it is you would like to share with my viewers to healingwithin76@gmail.com. With all that being said, I will see you back here next week, the same time. Bye-bye for now.